In this video, we're going to be talking about the best looking shoes of all time. Hey, what is up everybody, and welcome back to 40 Runs. Now this is a massive viewer interaction video. I want to know from you, what is your best looking running shoe you've ever owned? And do you still own it? What is it? It can be from 1987, it might be a Brooks, but it might be, I don't know what it is, but just let me know in the comments, what is the best looking running shoe you've ever owned? In this video, I'm going to be talking about the 3 best looking running shoes that I own right now, or maybe I don't run in at the moment, but I have run recently. I think that's the sort of boundaries I've given myself in terms of content for this video. But I was thinking about this the other day. And I don't know about you because you're probably not random like me, but I was just in the garage and I was sorting some stuff out, and we got the big shoe rack in there which has got all the shoes, and I was just looking at some of them and I was thinking, man, there's some good looking shoes there, and they might not be the latest models, but you just think what shoe design's done over the last few years and how it's come on and that lot. And there's some really cool looking shoes out there. They might not be the best, and I think today the shoes that I'm going to talk about, it's all opinion, and that's why it's really important that we get your input in this video. But I'm going to talk about my 3 top looking shoes that I currently own or have owned, that I don't necessarily, because I'm thinking of one of them that I don't run in anymore, but the other 2 I do. But yeah, I just these are my sort of real cherries in terms of pickings. So yeah, let's get stuck in. Okay, so the first shoe we're going to talk about is the one I was deliberating about, which is how it fits in, because in terms of us don't actually run in it anymore. But here it is. It's the Nike 4% Flyknit. Now, for me, I think this is one of the most beautiful, best looking shoes Nike ever made. I think a lot of it is down to the fact of it was such a pioneering shoe in terms of the carbon plate and everything else that it brought to the party. But I just think this is one of the best looking shoes. What do you think in terms of how it looks? Let me know in the comments whether you agree, disagree. The colour was striking, the flare on the midsole in terms of the blue going into the red, the flame red, but it's almost like a pinky red with the Nike swooshed dyed into the Flyknit. It's just an incredible looking shoe. I think it's basic, it's clean, and there's no frills to it. It's just a pure out and out racing shoe. We've got a nice little pull tab at the back with racing written on it, funnily enough. There's no tongue, it's a one-piece construction in terms of the upper with the simple black lacing on the top. It really is just the ultimate, I think, racing shoe in terms of look and feel about it. The outsole, I mean, it doesn't really matter because I don't think the design of the outsole makes too much of the shoe. Let me know in the comments, be interested in your opinion. But slight flare at the back as well. Obviously we see that now in a lot of shoes coming back, you know, like Vaporfly, even the Hokas. Think about the Hokas now. But yeah, I just think aesthetically this is one of the best looking shoes of all time. Next up, may surprise some, is the Asics Metaracer. Now I love this shoe for its looks. More than anything else, it's actually quite a firm ride. I ran a 10k PB in this shoe, but I just absolutely love, again, the simplicity of it. And that, I think that's what, for me, I look for in shoes in terms of design, is the simplicity of it. This, again, has got a one-piece upper with the dyed Asics logo on the side. You've got simple lacing. You've got the nice, like, black overlay of foam around here just to add that fraction of comfort, but it mixes beautifully with the orange. You've got Tokyo written on there, which is awesome. You've got this like quaint little design on the back. It's not a like a, what's it called, a reflective strip, but it's just a little bit design work when they've stitched it together just as an overlay. It looks awesome. I love the way it flares up at the front of the shoe, where we've got the carbon plate, which is front loaded. It's like a crab shaped carbon plate in this. And you've got the little hole on the front so air can travel through. It's those little things that make this shoe, I think, one of the best looking shoes that I own. And I wish I'd run more in it, because I've now got other stuff that I prefer to run in over this, because the flight foam is firm. But this is such a good shoe. I love this shoe. It really is. It brings back such great memories of when I ran that 10k. The outsole is just basically a slab of Asics grip, but I don't know. There's something about this. I think this takes me back to school. This takes me back to running like 400 meters and thinking like I was in effectively a pair of gym shoes, you know, school shoes. And it's just the basicness of the upper with even like the plimsoll looking laces. I think the whole thing combined, it's just a work of art. And my last pick, because I said I was only going to do 3. I mean, I could have gone on for hours on this subject, right? Because I absolutely love running shoes, you may have noticed. But my last pick, well, it had to be Skechers, didn't it? Is these. I absolutely love the look of this shoe. Now, I appreciate, again, all these shoes, right? You might think I'm nuts. But I love this. Firstly, I like the fact it's got Speed Elite written on it because 1, I'm not an elite, and 2, I love speed, right? So it's quite tongue-in-cheek. But I love the mono mesh upper with the like sort of dyed colourways on it. I love the massive S that they've stuck over here and over here. We've got the sort of, what's the best way? Not tie-dye, it's the wrong word. But the sort of, where the blue fades here, just along the top of the midsole. You see that? And then to add detail, you've got the carbon plate, or carbon infused plate, so it even says it on there, carbon infused plate, just running here. And that is the detailing where it comes out, because this has got a winged plate on it. And I love the fact that they've integrated that to the outside of the shoe and it just runs around. The lines on it are perfect. It's just literally a racing flats. You've got a carbon plate and you're strapped in with this mono mesh upper. It's super breathable, but aesthetically, I just love the lines of the shoe. Again, it's sort of kind of, you know, toe up in terms of the heel to toe with the M strike in it. But it's just a simple looking shoe, racing shoe, that I just think looks incredible. It really does. I could actually sit and look at this shoe all day. So they're my 3, right? So look at your shoe collection, past and present, and let me know what shoe you know, you're just in love with in terms of looks. We're not talking about how fast it is. We're not talking, maybe that makes a part of the emotion and love affair of the shoe, but aesthetically, what shoe do you absolutely love? Past and present. Maybe you don't even own it, but what shoe is it that you absolutely love? There's been some absolute crackers out there. I say these are my 3, right? And again, it's all beauties in the eye of the beholder, so I appreciate that you might think I'm nuts. And it's interesting how that colourway, they're both a similar colourway, and that actually has an element of it. I am drawn to that colourway, I do love it. But yeah, let me know in the comments. This video is more about my love affair of shoes, but also your love affair of shoes. What shoe is that one shoe that you just think looks awesome?